Hello, good late evening for me anyway, and I am taking a total healing couple of days that I really needed. So I think I overextended a little bit. So reminder to you all, if you're busy doing things and running around helping people and things like that, don't forget to take some just quiet time maybe to do really nothing. I know that can be hard, but or have a very, very quiet, peaceful um, adventure or whatever you do. You know, quiet walk, nice drive, try to clear your mind, to control those thoughts that may not stop sometimes. Um, I know it can be very, very hard, but that is the key. It's hard to sometimes put ourselves first as well. So, yes, focusing on quieting the mind, um, just being peaceful, maybe listening to just some peaceful music. I try to listen to nothing, just the sounds of nature, the crickets when I'm driving down a dark road, or the sound today when I was going for a walk down a path, the sound of the leaves rustling up in the wind was just so relaxing and peaceful and really healing to me. And just sitting in the grass for a few minutes and just staying away from my phone. And obviously the universe was watching out for me because nobody really tried to get a hold of me either. So we'll see how funny that kind of works out. You'll be like, well, hey, no one tried to contact me anyway. So, um, but really, it's really a good thing sometimes. So don't always take that personal. But yeah, nice, peaceful, try to find a nice, peaceful day for yourself, a full day. Yeah, that's where I'm at. And I was sitting here, and sometimes I do go live on Facebook usually, and I just thought it was probably best right now for me to just pop on and read, because I wanted to read you. We're in part of Ch.3 on Gift of the Red Bird. Oh, sorry about that. Um, Ch.3. And I just read the other day, um, fall of 1982, and she was age 34, and I messed up when I explained during the last video, and I said when she lost her son and her child in the car. Well, she lost her husband and her child in the car, and this is when it all hits her, and this is the kind of the spiritual journey beginning, really. So we're in winter of 1982 through 83. And I'm just going to read this. And I don't know if I'll post it this evening, but um, either way, I'm making it now for you. So I have this done because I wanted to read it for you on my peaceful evening. So I think sometimes when I go live, I think maybe because there's other people there, that maybe that's part of, staying away from the social interaction and just it's just like a me thing right now to you, but with no instant response, right? Yeah, so okay, so I'm going to read this for you. Beth has been complaining that she doesn't feel well. Headaches, nausea. That's her daughter, so you know. The daughter that she had after she lost her husband and her child. This is the daughter that she was pregnant with the husband that she had at the time. So Beth is her daughter. Beth has been complaining that she doesn't feel well. Headaches, nausea. She has dark circles under her eyes. She deserves a mother, and the one she has barely has the strength to heat a casserole which someone else has prepared. Then I collapse on the couch, trying to regain my breath. We never go anywhere or do anything. Beth plays with dolls at my bedside or leans up against the couch where I lie, toys strewn at her feet. My tears heave out of me in big silent cries. What kind of life is this for a 7-year-old girl who started suffering even before she was born? I feel as if I'm failing at everything I try to do. Now I can do nothing, and my uselessness smothers me. I was at least a writer and a speaker. I touched lives. Now I'm nobody. Beth continues to look pale and is sent home from school every 6 or 7 days. I keep telling the doctor I'm afraid she has mono, but he doesn't believe it will happen. He reassures me. Still, after weeks of her distress, I finally convince him to do the blood test. It never felt worse to be right. We stretch out on opposite couches and allow neighbors and friends to bring us hot foods, rich in iron and protein. We watch People's Court until I feel qualified to pass the bar exam, and day by day, Beth brightens and regains her strength. After a short period of home tutoring, she is back in her classroom, filled with energy, color in her cheeks. The day she leaves, I cry my heart out. I cry because I miss her cherry presence, but mostly I cry because she has achieved what I could not. She has gotten well. I lie flat on my back again today, staring at the cracks in the wall. I hear the outside door open. Nodding distantly, the signal I've established with friends to let me know when someone is bringing in food or perhaps stopping by for a brief visit. It's difficult to imagine who would want to visit me. I am pathetic. I look wretched. I have no cheer, no news, no interest, and no consolation. That I have a steady stream of visitors, people who haven't given up on me, amazes me. One friend pulls a chair next to my bedside today and listens without comment to my stream of complaints, which is my excuse for a greeting. I know how I sound, but I can't seem to do better. Then it's quiet for a while. He seems to hesitate, probably measuring the potential wrath of my reaction against the value of his words. Finally, he looks me in the eye and says, slowly and carefully, "Paula, did you figure it out yet?" I am in no mood for games and guesses. I mutter, "Did I figure what out yet?" He is not daunted by me. "Did you figure out what the war is all about inside of you? What's wrong in your soul?" I hope my returning glare is strong. I want to cry, but I don't want to give him the satisfaction. Eventually, he shrugs his shoulders and leaves. The problem with his words is that they fill the room and leave me no hiding place. All night long, they keep me awake. What is wrong with my soul? I thought what is wrong is my body. My symptoms are all physical, but even so, could the roots of my unrest be spiritual? I think of the power of naming. I remember a graduate school professor who insisted you could never solve a problem you could not accurately name. Am I really out of harmony with God? Aren't I run down and exhausted from doing His work? Isn't that what the spiritual path is all about? And if not, then what is it all about? I stare out the window, watching the snow fall. I realize that I missed fall this year, missed a season. Never got outside, never noticed the leaves. Then it occurs to me that maybe this isn't the first time. I've missed a season. I've been oblivious to so many days, but this is the first time I've known it. I consider the fact that my aches and pains may be glaring witnesses to a dangerous state in my being. I turn on my side and rearrange my pillows so I can really watch the snow. The tears that fall now are the first gentle ones. The snow is beautiful, and I see it. I see it. God feels closer than he has in months. I shut my eyes for a few moments and hug the bed covers around my chin. I need to learn how to live. It is suddenly very clear. It is a new morning, and I take it in. I may have overcome tremendous odds in my life. I may have scaled all the mountains and gotten tremendous admiration for having doing so. I do know how to survive. I did it. But I am beginning to see that the journey was only the one to get my attention. It was the backdrop. If I were in a theater, that journey was the set design, the scenery. But now the real landscape is in front of me, the interior landscape, and one about which I know very little. I am thoughtful for 24 hours. Beth says I look funny. I probably look halfway peaceful, and she's unaccustomed to that face. It's been so long. The afternoon sun edges my bedroom window, and I see it. I close my eyes to pray. My constant, continual, nagging prayer has been to be physically well. Today the prayer changes. I pray, in fact, that I will not get well. Not until I can thoroughly reevaluate the quality of my life. I need to learn what life is about, what my life is about. I repeat the prayer over and over. I am no longer desperate to be healthy in body, but in spirit. I want to find truth. What a dangerous prayer, if I mean it. But now I begin to review the past 4 or 5 years of my life. The truth wounds my pride. I see that since my whole career of writing and public speaking began. There was never a moment when I consciously decided this is the path I should follow. Nor did I ever ask God, is this the way you want me to go? I made a lot of assumptions. I'm sure we can all relate with that. All the events, invitations, and coincidences catapulted me on certain roads, and I went along with them. It was Christian ministry, so of course it was good. I never asked the question, but is it right for me? Is it right at this time? Right at this pace? It never occurred to me that simply because a deed or a mission was good in nature, and because it was put before me, it didn't necessarily mean that I was the one to fulfill it, even if I did have the talents to do so. There is nothing inherently sacred about an act of service. It can bless you or lead you astray. My arms have been filled with acts of service, and God was now saying to me, you have no room for me. The truth hurts. I have had no time in my life for God. Me, who went through so much to even be willing to look in his direction. I only make time to do things for him. I do not create time to be with him. My life has no stillness, no space. My life has no silence. Now, I was talking to you guys in the last video of this about Um, oh, I think I just totally lost my thought. Well, how ironically, right before I started speaking about this, this part of the book, I was just talking about exactly what she just said. So important. My life has had no stillness and no space. My life has no silence. It's kind of like that ESP sort of thing. Oh, that's what I was saying. Like when I come back full circle with my thoughts, is I find it very interesting when isn't that funny? That goes to show you why I have to rest. I don't know if you're watching this or if you're listening to this. Either way, wow, when you lose your thought like twice like that, I can't always just blame it on having a traumatic brain injury at some point. And then sometimes it's because you really need stillness and complete silence. Seriously. Hi. Well, I guess I'm going to continue reading. If the thought comes back into my mind, I guess that'll be the third time's a charm sort of thing. Because I'm just here to read this evening and not to think, right? I'm starting to see what I do. I accept the goals and the directions which seem to spill into my lap, and then I begin to fashion them. I work hard to do things well. I work hard to make the path in front of me a useful one. I work hard at everything, and I have no time for God. Lying here in my bed without distractions, I see how prone I am to run headlong into people's needs. But by living in this way, I give away pieces of my life. Important pieces. Pieces of my energy, my time, my strength. On the basis of assumptions, this must be right, and opposed to intentions, I choose to go this way. I have given over ownership of me. Willingness to help is healthy, but a need to help is not. That's a good one. I consider the fact that God might have created me with special purpose. Maybe I need to think about what I am here on earth to do, but to find that I need to be able to recognize my own preferences and my own needs. That's the hard part. I am so programmed to respond to others. I don't know me at all. It feels wrong to think that my own needs, wants, and desires are important. It feels selfish. At least, that's what my programming says. What an irony if, in fact, they are very important to know. What if a way I discover God is through really just being me? I have to laugh. I have taken better care of some of my cars than I have of me. I wouldn't set fire to my home, but I have been willing to set fire to myself. That's very good, right? Seriously. No wonder I am ill. It's surprisingly only that I am not even sicker. What words have lured me so completely away from myself? The possibilities float in front of me. You're so special, and we're counting on you to do this. No one else can do it. You've got to be there. If you can't do it, it won't get done. And against the clamor of these choruses with God's small voices asking, can't you just spend one more hour with me? I am ashamed of my answer, my no. The habit of doing rather than being is hard fast inside of me. I've been in bed for 8 months, and I've cried many tears. I've wept with illness, frustration, and anger. Now I wept with sight. Finally, I cry tears that will heal. my thought did come full circle. I guess third time is a charm. I'd like to believe so anyway. What I was saying in my last video was that at this point I haven't read the book, so I'm reading this for the first time with you, so I think that's very cool. So I hope that those of you who have been joining me for Gift of the Red Bird have been enjoying the story. I'm sure you are if you've been listening to it. Gift of the Red Bird, A Spiritual Encounter by Paula Darcy. So that's all I'm here for this evening. Bringing you peace and love and healing goodness for whatever, wherever and whatever you're doing or being, or hopefully, finding some peace and stillness in the quiet. I keep feeling like today is Sunday or something, so I hope you have a beautiful Saturday and Sunday, and who likes to name the days, I just hope that every day is great. And wherever we are is that we'll just be going up from here. And if we're going like this, then hopefully we can find and maintain some balance in between to help us counteract that, so we can handle, I'm trying to think of the word, so we can manage. Thank you for your patience. So you can stress manage better. So if you're overworked or tired or stressed or anxious or exhausted from doing nothing, or who knows what from, hopefully we can slow down, and regardless of whatever comes our way, that we can be balanced and still and peaceful enough that regardless of where we're at in our lives, whether we're here or here, that we'll be able to go with that flow, and that we'll be able to adjust to whatever situations come our way more peacefully, even if they're challenging. So peace and love and happy goodness, smiles, and I will see you guys soon. Maybe those fireworks are for us. Good stuff. I think so. I think it's time to celebrate, right? Time to celebrate. Because life is good, even when we're tired and even when we're stressed. You know what I was writing down earlier? You're going to love me for this. Was, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere. Up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite. Peace to you. See you soon. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I didn't say that. Thank you for being here.